Since the news came out that Call of Duty might no longer be a yearly release and we might see COD games every 2 years from now on, I was thinking what that would mean for the Mastery Camo grind, since my channel's mainly Camo oriented. And the first thing that came to my mind was, well, most likely Camo grinds won't change that much, because why would they? But then I also got to thinking, imagine players like me and FazeJev. FazeJev has Atomic and Dark Aether. I'm close to Dark Aether and I already have Atomic. But it's only January 22nd today. So what does that mean for the rest of the year? Well, for players that have both Mastery Camos already, we're going to be waiting 8, 9, maybe even 10 months for the next game to come out to grind the new Mastery Camo. And of course, there's going to be DLC weapons that come out that we can grind, but that doesn't leave a lot of content left to grind for the extra year that Call of Duty will be out. So I wanted to sit down today and kind of discuss what the possibilities could be for the future of camo grinding. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. This is all speculation. We don't even know officially if COD's gonna release every year still, or if it's going to be every other year, or what's going on. We're too far out from knowing any official information, so it's all speculation. The first thing that I think they would do is keep the camo grind the exact same, but if they were to change it in the future, I can either see a couple options. That would be either adding more guns to the game, making challenges harder, and when I say harder, I don't mean like having the challenges themselves become harder, but the numerical amount of whatever progression you need to complete a challenge would become higher. So for example, let's look at Modern Warfare and Vanguard, since their camo grinds are very similar, where there's 10 categories you need to max out before you can get a gun gold. Well, in Modern Warfare, the assault rifles needed 800 kills to complete the gold camo for the base camo challenge. Now, for one of the camo challenges in Modern Warfare for assault rifles was getting 800 kills, while in Vanguard it was 400 eliminations for assault rifles. So Modern Warfare took a little bit more time to get gold, say, versus Vanguard. But what would it look like if you had to increase the amount? Well, you could easily double the amount. So instead of 800 kills with every single assault rifle in the game, you could make it like 1600, and you could just literally double or increase the numerical amount on every gun. But I don't think that would go over well with many players, because I don't think anyone wants to sit there and do, instead of 100 headshots, do 200 headshots. And I get that in Vanguard sometimes you had to do some camo challenges twice because of the 3 attachment requirements, but that's a different case, right? Like, that's getting you to do a challenge with specific attachments, so I'll let that one slide. And if you're smart enough and follow guides, or just know what camo challenges you're doing in the future, then you don't have to physically do headshots twice in a row. But we could definitely see something like that, where they just increase the increments you need by like 2 or 3 times, which I don't think would go over very well. I would still grind the camos out to get that mastery camo, but I know a lot less people would like that, because who wants to spend double the time what they do now to get a gun gold? And the other case, I think they would just add more weapons. So instead of having like 7 or 8 assault rifles to get gold, or I guess get diamond on that specific weapon category, you just add more weapons. And with Modern Warfare 2 coming out around the corner, well, we're using Modern Warfare 2 as an example. I don't think there's actually going to be this many weapons in the game, but it's a nice time era to kind of almost get like a gauge of how many weapons we could see in the future if games release every couple of years rather than every single year. And so let's say Modern Warfare 2 launches with 13 assault rifles, and you have to get every assault rifle gold to get diamond. And it's the same thing with submachine guns. Instead of the standard 6 to 7 we've been seeing within recent Call of Duties, it's 12. And then there's 6 snipers in the game, 7 marksman rifles, 8 launchers. Like, you get the point, right? Like, they just increase the amount of weapons that there are in the game for the camo challenge. And the other thing, and I guess the last thing that I could see them changing, is changing how the camo grind works in general. Very similarly to what we saw during Black Ops 3. Before Black Ops 3, there was really no mastery camos. You could get diamond in Black Ops 2 by getting every SMG gold, or that was just an example. You could do it with any weapon class, not just strictly SMGs. And then in previous CODs, it was literally just getting a single weapon gold, and that's as far as the mastery camo went. But if you look at how Black Ops 3 evolved off of previous camo grind, it added a complete mastery camo grind to get diamond on every class. And then, so the camo challenges are pretty similar to how they've always been to get a gold weapon. Like, it was like, get X amount of kills get 100 headshots, and then you can work on your like getting 10 bloodthirsties, and then you pretty much had your gun gold, which seems pretty easy compared to how camo challenges are now. And then the next evolution of the camo grind was what happened in Modern Warfare 2019, where weapons had to do more than just headshots and a couple small camo challenges after you completed your 100 headshots, and you had to level up your weapons and do 10 completely separate camo challenges that required high numerical amounts. And that was kind of like the next step that we saw in the evolution of the camo grind, where it's been the same ever since. What we could see in a COD cycle that releases games every 2 years instead of every 1 year is the next step up in evolution of the camo grind. I have no idea what that would look like, because I think where camo grinding is now is a pretty good spot. It's not too hard, but it's also not too easy. The only thing I could think of is they would make the camo grind a lot harder and a lot more tedious to complete. And that's all I could see them changing. Or on the off chance that they add a mastery camo, which would be getting the multiplayer and zombies mastery camo at the same time. So in Vanguard's case, if you got dark aether and the atomic camo, then you got an even higher or more prestigious version of the mastery camo for doing it in zombies and multiplayer. Or they could even add like a mastery camo challenge in Warzone, where you have to do like basic weapon challenges with that gun in Warzone. Say get like 100 eliminations with that gun in Warzone, and then like as you level up the gun, you're given challenges like get 5 wins with this weapon in Warzone, or place top 10 20 times with this weapon in Warzone, getting a minimum of this amount of kills. That could be like the next kind of step up to the camo grind, is giving a Warzone specific mastery camo, but I have no idea how that would even work, because I mean Warzone is a free-to-play game, but I don't know what challenges you could do specifically to add a mastery camo into that game, because realistically at the end of the day, if Call of Duty releases every 2 years instead of every 1, Warzone's going to be the biggest moneymaker, and it's going to receive the most updates and the most attention from, I guess, Microsoft and Activision Blizzard. So we have no idea what the camo grind looks like in the future. I honestly think, with all the speculating at the end of the day and all of the different theories I have, I honestly think nothing's going to change. And for the people that unlock the mastery camo before January even hits, they're going to have like 20 months of just no mastery camo grind to do until the next game comes out. And of course, when a new season drops, people are going to get those new DLC weapons that come with every season. They'll get those, their mastery camos. But I mean, there's only like 2 to 4 weapons per season, which people can do very, very quickly, especially if they're experienced camo grinders. Like usually when a new season comes out, I get the first 2 DLC weapons from the season's pass, gold or like mastery camo, within the first 2 to 3 days of the season being out. So I mean, it could also be, and I'm gonna use the term death here, but camo grinding's not really gonna die. It could be the death of what camo grinding has been over the last 3 years. Camo grinding might just be what it always has been, and it might not be a main focus of multiplayer anymore, depending on how development goes. But like I said, we are so far out from what's actually going to happen with Call of Duty in the future, and we'll just have to wait and see. I'm hoping for the best, but expecting the worst. We'll just have to see. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I don't know if I talked about this in a previous video as well. Gamersups, who sponsors me, use code WILD by the way, came out with a new flavor, lychee, and I guess a new strawberry flavor. I feel like I talked about them in a previous video. I really like the flavors. Lychee, I mean strawberry tastes like the strawberry flavor that I already have. It's like strawberry and then strawberry burst. They're pretty similar, but the lychee flavor is like lychee fruit, and I've never actually had the fruit in real life. It's a tropical fruit. I know a lot of people have it if they live in like Oceania and like South Asia, but I actually don't mind the flavor. It's pretty decent. I wouldn't say it's a top 5 flavor, but it's like, it's a weird flavor that I oddly like. I hit the nail on the head of why I like the flavor, but I do. Anyway, if you guys want to help support me, code WILD. I know I don't talk about Gamersups that often. I usually do like once every other week, but there's new flavors out that you guys can pick up using code WILD. And with that being said, I'm gonna head out here. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay happy, stay healthy, and if there is one, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.